Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so thrilled you're joining us today.
Hey guys, I've been super excited about today's episode.
Same here. So, we're discussing Sharon McMahon's The Small and the Mighty.
Yes, this book has been the talk of the town.
It really has. When I first saw it on the shelf, I was curious but a bit skeptical.
Yeah.
And
Oh, what held you back?
another book on American history, sometimes they can be a bit, dry.
I feel you. History books can be hit or miss,
Exactly. But this one completely surprised me.
right? McMahon's approach is so engaging.
Absolutely. She tells the stories of 12 ordinary Americans who made a huge impact.
Yeah, and she brings attention to people who aren't usually in the spotlight.
Like the lady who rode a white horse down Pennsylvania Avenue. That blew my mind.
Oh my gosh, I know. What a bold statement.
Seriously, do you imagine doing something like that?
Me? No way. I'd be way too nervous.
Same here. But it shows how passionate she was.
Sometimes you have to take risks to be heard.
True, but do you think such dramatic gestures are always necessary?
Well, sometimes big actions are needed to make a point.
Perhaps. But I wonder if subtler methods could be just as effective.
That's an interesting thought. Maybe it depends on the situation.
Yeah, you're probably right. Different times call for different tactics.
Exactly. And then there's the poet on the train. That story was so moving.
Agreed. I felt like I was right there with him. The way he found inspiration in such an unexpected place was incredible.
Totally. It reminds me that inspiration can strike anywhere.
Absolutely. Have you ever had a moment like that?
Oh, definitely. Once I was stuck in traffic and came up with an idea for an article.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens.
It really is. And McMahon captures those moments so well.
She does. Her writing feels so personal.
It's like she's having a conversation with you.
Exactly. Even when discussing tough topics, she keeps it accessible.
Speaking of tough topics, how did you feel about her use of humor?
Honestly, I think it added a nice touch.
Really, I wasn't so sure at times.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I felt that occasionally it made light of serious issues.
I can see that, but I think it helps to keep readers engaged.
Maybe. but perhaps a bit more sensitivity wouldn't hurt.
That's fair. Everyone's got a different threshold.
Exactly. But overall, I did enjoy her storytelling style.
Same here. It made the history come alive. And the story about the teacher learning to work with her enemies was eye-opening.
Absolutely. It made me rethink my own approach to conflict.
Right? Forgiveness isn't easy.
Not at all. But it's so important.
It really is. Do you think we could all learn from that?
Definitely. The world could use more understanding.
Agreed.
Oh, and the journey of the formerly enslaved woman reuniting with her daughter. Whoa, that was profound.
That story brought tears to my eyes.
Same here. Her perseverance was astounding.
Absolutely. It shows the strength of the human spirit.
Yeah.
Do you think stories like this are enough to inspire change?
I hope so. They certainly make you think.
They do. But sometimes I worry that people just move on afterward.
That's a valid concern.
Maybe we need to find ways to keep these conversations going.
Agreed. Maybe that's where discussions like ours come in.
True. Sharing and reflecting can make a difference.
Exactly.
By the way, which story stood out to you the most?
Honestly, the tale of the boy in the internment camp.
Oh, I remember that one. It was so poignant.
It really was. It made me reflect on the injustices people have faced.
And
it made me wonder how much we've really learned from the past.
That's a tough question.
It is. Do you think history repeats itself?
Unfortunately, in some ways, yes.
That's what worries me.
But maybe by learning and sharing these stories, we can break the cycle.
I hope so.
Me too.
On a lighter note, what did you think about the humorous anecdotes sprinkled throughout?
I actually laughed out loud at some parts.
Same here. It was a nice balance.
Yeah. But again, I wonder if others might find it inappropriate.
Perhaps, but you can't please everyone.
True. And it's important to stay authentic.
Exactly.
Speaking of authenticity, I appreciated how McMahon didn't shy away from tough topics.
Absolutely. It takes courage to tackle sensitive subjects.
Uh-huh.
Do you think she handled them well?
For the most part, yes. Though some areas could have been explored more deeply.
I agree. But maybe that leaves room for further discussion.
That's a good point.
Do you think there might be a sequel?
Oh, I hope so.
Me too. There's so many untold stories out there.
Exactly.
It would be great to see more of them come to light.
Definitely.
By the way, did you notice how she connected past events to current issues?
Yes, that was one of my favorite aspects.
Same here.
It really makes you think about how far we've come and how far we still have to go. So, would you recommend this book?
Absolutely. It's a valuable read.
I think so too.
Do you think it's suitable for all ages?
That's a good question. Some topics might be heavy for younger readers.
True.
But maybe with guidance, it could be a great educational tool.
I agree.
Well, we're running out of time.
Already? Time flies.
It really does.
Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear from our listeners.
Yes. Share your thoughts on which stories resonated with you.
Reach out on our social media platforms.
We can't wait to hear from you.
Same here.
All right, until next time, keep exploring and keep the conversation alive.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of From the Book Nook.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love having you here in our cozy little corner of the book world.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
And we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and book recommendations in the comments.
It really helps us connect with more book lovers like you.
And we'll meet you right back here in the Nook.
Until next time, keep turning those pages.
Happy reading.
Happy reading.